Hi, Sue here from Mystic Matters. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you were drawn to watch this particular video, then this is what you need to know. I'm using the Mythic Tarot, which are a lovely, gentle deck with very clear messages, and they're based on Greek mythology. All right. Okay, what we're starting off with is you've got very good reason to be very proud of yourself. You can pat yourself on the back and say, well done, I know I've done well. And this is a really nice card because it's not just other people telling you you've done well, but it's this internal knowing that you did the very best you could. And, you know, there could be some financial rewards from that, but it is really the self-satisfaction and pride in your achievements. And that feels a bit like an ending in a way as well. It's like you've reached a goal, and it's like, okay, now what do I need to do moving forward? And you're going to realize that there's things in your life that aren't kind of growing corn anymore. So it's being prepared to walk away from things in order to reorientate yourself on an inner level as well as on a financial level. And it could mean beginning again if necessary. Now, this can be relationships, friendships, working situations, but it's when you've given so much, and as this previous card indicates, you've given so much and people aren't giving back in equal measure. So it's like, well, do I really need to be unsupported or to give 100% and only get 50% back? So you'll be looking at kind of making some changes and walking away from some situations. The Chariot is a major arcana card, which means it's important that you keep very focused and disciplined. Don't waste your energy on getting frustrated if people or situations aren't moving as quickly as you want them to, or things aren't working out quite the way you wanted them to or expected them to. Because if you can get very tetchy, can get a bit irritated and short-tempered, and that's just a waste of energy, because your energy will be better used working on the job in hand rather than getting annoyed if things aren't working the way you think they should. Because often with timing, our timing isn't necessarily the best timing. It's just we want what we want when we want it, and that's right now. And it's not always doesn't always work out for the best when that happens. It is a beginning of a new era here, and it's going to be time for you to come out of your comfort zones. Be prepared to jump off the cliff into the unknown. The Fool card is the first card in the major arcana, and it's like the wild, exuberant youth that jumps off the cliff, not knowing if there's a bottom or not. And so it is time really for new things, for you to try things you haven't tried before. And it can be very excuse me, it can be very comfortable where you are, but it's not actually helping you to progress. It's not helping you to learn new things, and that's what we're here for, to learn new things. But money and resources are going to come your way, so don't be worried about starting something new, leaving things behind you, because money and resources will come. It can be a pay rise, it can be a win of some sort, lottery, who knows, or a legacy, but it doesn't really matter where it comes from, but it will come your way if you just take your courage in both hands and jump off, take the springboard into the unknown. And with that, smooth sailing, anxiety and tension behind you. So it can be some travel that is with this card as well, but it's like all the tensions and irritations will be gone, and it's like, okay, now I know where I'm going, and now I know my way forward. So as a quick recap, we're starting off here with you having achieved something and you're very proud of yourself. You know that you couldn't have done anything better. You know, you did your best, and it's a kind of patting on the back time. But with that, you realize, well, some of the things that I've been doing, or the people I've been around, they really don't give me back as much as I give them. And I deserve better than that. I deserve people that will support me in equal measure. And so therefore, maybe it's time for me to start again. Maybe it's time for me to move on and leave these people, these situations, jobs, things behind me, because they're not really nurturing me the way that I deserve. And things aren't working quite as quickly as I want to. So, I need to be focused. I need to be disciplined, because otherwise I'm going to waste my energy with getting snappy with people and getting irritated because things aren't. I don't feel as though I'm in control of everything. Things aren't working the way I want them to, and people aren't moving as quickly as I want them to, and everything's not kind of coming into place just exactly the way I want it to. But then that's life, isn't it? The fact that we think we have any control is just an illusion, because we think we've got control, and then something happens and suddenly we realize we actually don't. But if we can just keep that focus and that discipline, it does come out in the end, because then you have some new ideas, and there's this opportunity to just jump out your comfort zones and say, well, things have been okay, and they've been okay for a while, but it's time now to make these changes. And it feels like it's really a process. It's not just the kind of knowing that you've done really well. It's the end of that particular phase in your life and time to move on. But there's a process of letting go of things, recognizing what isn't working for you anymore, or who isn't supporting you anymore, and needing to be focused and disciplined and not get irritated, which letting go of things and people can be upsetting, and it can be all-consuming energy-wise. So it feels like, you've got the end of one thing here, and then you've got a bit of a process, and then it's this being prepared to come out of your comfort zones and start something new and kind of jump off the springboard into the rest of your life. And then you'll find that money and resources are coming your way. There's no reason to worry. You'll know you've made the right decision. And then it's a kind of, okay, everything's evened out. There's some smooth sailing, anxiety and tension, I don't feel it anymore. And now I can get down to my new era, the new beginnings that I've started. So anyway, I hope that helped, and thank you very much for joining me today. Bye.